And welcome back to Who Would Win. Going with the themed Who Would Wins for the week. We are continuing off with the Konoha. God, what would they be at the moment? The Konoha 13. So basically, we're on Sakura. Sakura Haruno, female number 7 and wife of Sasuke. And to put up against her, I actually had someone suggest this when I did the Sternriiter Who Would Wins a while back. And they pointed out Sakura would have been a better matchup for this character. So, I'm using this character. It's Sternriiter P. Now, full name, by the way, is, if you give me just 1 second, Sternriiter P's name was Meninas McAllon. And basically, the Sternriters in Bleach were a group of humans, Quincy's, who had, were spiritually well, were very powerful. The Sternriters were an elite group of them. Each had an ability that corresponded to the letter of the alphabet. P stood for the power. So obviously Sakura's, one of her big things is her physical strength. So we'll use that, and they both have pink hair. So there you go. Sakura, though, is trained under the slug Sanin Tsunade. She has amazing strength, capable of cratering the ground with a single shot. Capable... We don't see. Here's the thing: we get an idea of what she's capable of a little later on in series 2, like in the bit in the Boruto series. She's capable of lifting giant things with both hands, like Bunta's knife or his sword, if you will. Tsunade was able to grab and throw that with both her hands and slice down upon the opponent into Manda's mouth. We'd have to believe Sakura could be capable of doing something similar. She's also an amazing medical ninja, being able to, being at least on par at this point probably with Tsunade. But because of that, she has the Genesis Rebirth seal in her head. That's what that diamond is. Basically, by activating that, all the stored up chakra gets released, causing her to basically have mass regeneration. She can't be injured. So, combine that with her super strength, and that makes her a very dangerous opponent. Plus, she's a trained ninja, having stealth, substitution jutsu, clone jutsu, transformation jutsu. She has all those on deck, plus kunai, explosive notes, the works. And she has a summoning contract with the slugs. I don't think that would really play a factor in this fight, because frankly, they'd probably just be killed. But she does have that. Unfortunately, that's about it for Sakura, though. Neither of these characters they have a really in-depth catalog of abilities. Meninas is, again, one of the female members of Sternriiter P, the power. Besides her actual script, which is the P, her ability for power, she is capable of super speed with, what is the Hiran Kaiku? That's their super speed technique. So, disappear in a blink of an eye. How fast that really is, never really truly said. It's probably up there, though. She has something known as her Volstagg, which grants her wings. She's capable of firing the Quincy spiritual arrow at the opponent. But her main ability is her super strength. Her ability is so great that she was able to one-handed throw, and I believe they do illustrate it's one-handed throw a building at someone. I don't just mean like the top building. I mean a building at someone. She's incredibly powerful, but she's also a bit more on the innocent side when it comes to the Sternritter. So she's not like wholly evil or anything like that. If these two met in combat on the battlefield, what would happen? Well, neither of them would have really any knowledge of the other, so we're getting that out of the way right now. Sakura probably start out by feeling around, throwing some kunai, trying to, see what she's all about. She gets out of the way using her super speed. She basically tries to get in front of Sakura or behind Sakura and, completely take her out. Now, Sakura luckily has on the battlefield experience, honed reflexes. So she not only avoids the punch, she actually blocks the punch, which surprises Meninas. It's Meninas. Meninas, and she's like, wait, she's able to block me? And then Sakura says, jump! It basically gets a firm shot to the body on her, which knocks the wind out of her. She goes flying, but she immediately catches herself and creates her Volstagging to, fly. She fires some arrows at Sakura, who's able to avoid it, stay out of the way, substitution, whatever. Then, once again, Meninas comes in. This time she's actually, putting her all into it. And Sakura comes, and they charge in again. And now Sakura also does have some okay hand-to-hand combat abilities. Nothing amazing, but okay. So she can knows how to block and things along those lines. So, but Meninas rushes into Sakura by reflex, clashes with her, and they clash. Unfortunately, here's the difference between the two. Assuming that Sakura is comparable to Tsunade in power, we know Tsunade was able to lift a giant Tanto. I'm pretty sure it was well, technically, I mean, for Bunta, it was probably closer to like a Wakizashi or straight sword. But by all accounts, it was a Tanto. But it was giant. It was huge. And it probably weighed a good couple thousand pounds at least. Took both hands to do that. Plus, it was a bit awkward. Meldis, from what we all said, just had to use one hand to lift a building. That's not something we've seen Tsunade do. That's not something we've seen Sakura do. Hell, we've actually never even seen her try, I think, the lift Mata or Gambuta at all. Anything of that size. So, it's from a strength, pure physical strength perspective, I actually think Meninas has the edge. So they clash, and Sakura actually feels her arm buckle, and actually she can feel a bone near starting to creak, and actually and the pain about it almost about to break. Melis powers through, but Sakura quickly swerves around and tries to stab her, but Meninas just avoids her again. She starts to heal up her arm a little bit, and then they go toe to toe, and they're now trading blows. And Sakura can take some hits, but Meninas is just hitting with harder strength than Sakura is. But Sakura is, quite frankly, a more experienced on the battlefield combatant. So she knows, and plus she's studying medical ninjutsu, so she knows the human body. She knows the exact spots to hit to do maximum efficient damage. She's going for the body. She's going for the stomach. She's going for the neck. She's going for all the spots that would be weak on the human anatomy, which, by all accounts, despite being Quincy are still humans. So they are still mortal by all conventional means. So they're both trading blows, but despite the fact her blows are probably hurting Sakura more, she's getting the more effective hits in. So they clash one more time, fly back. She activates Genesis Rebirth to start, healing herself up. And in fact, she may have even started doing that in the middle of the fight, which means she wasn't going down, and Meninas was just taking more and more hits. Meninas at this point is just huffing and puffing, and she starts firing arrows, but this time Sakura's just plowing through the arrows, taking the hits, but healing, and ultimately just cracks Meninas down and knocks her out. Sakura wins this fight because despite the fact that, by all accounts, she maybe wasn't the most useful character in the series, by the fourth Shinobi War arc, she was definitely a capable ninja. That does not mean sorry, Sakura, you did not catch up to Sasuke or Naruto at all. So get off that high horse of yours. Get your bed, get your Yoshinobu spot right here. Get the blanket. There you go. Sorry, the light, just the light. Oh, and look, I can make it fade. And then, wait for it. Okay, that didn't work out the way I thought it would. Okay, go. Yeah. 1 second. There we go. Come back, light. Come back. Oh, there we are. I just have to remember right now to focus on that one spot. It's so bright that it actually just causes the fade out effect. Let's do it again. And then I am gone. But wait. It's a fun little effect. It's nothing I'm really intending to do. So ultimately, I'm going to go with Sakura. She has more experience. She's also a trained medic, which means she knows the human body and knows its weak points. So she knows the actual strikes to go for to take out Melius. So ultimately, I'm going to go with Sakura on this. Plus, she has a few more abilities over her. And it's just a bit better trained fighter than I'd imagine Melius was. So that's my thoughts on that. But what do you think? You think it's Sternriiter P or do you think it's Sakura? Put in the comments below. Let me know. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I got a who would win and a review for Abominable coming out tomorrow. So keep your eyes out for that. Until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.